Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first wild ride of 2021 with an incredibly talented comedian slash musician. You know him as the band leader for James Corden's Late Late Show. Oh man, let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, Reggie Watts. Yeah, dude. I'd like you to meet my co-host, Scott Randolph.
How's it going?
And if you're in gallery view,
hello, Monsieur Randolph.
We've got Paul Brisky as well.
What's up, Reggie? How are you?
Oh my gosh, I see him.
He's there. So good looking.
He's looking good. It looks like he's in a motorhome. It looked like you're in you're all in separate motorhomes. That's really cool that you're all in different ones.
We are.
We bought 3 just for COVID, spread out.
Right.
Okay.
So, gotta say that this podcast got us, with you, having you as a guest, got us inspired to start hitting samples, right? I mean,
oh, shit.
Yeah,
oh,
dude.
Man, good.
I don't know if that was particularly funny, Paul.
That wasn't the right sample.
Right.
Wah, 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 wah.
Oh, wait, that wasn't even the right one. There we go.
Gosh darn it. But,
oh, there we go.
But I do believe,
learning.
Even though we're off to a rocky start, I think we're going to be on a magical journey. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Magic.
On top of the samples, how dope does the picture quality look with the DSLR camera plugged in as the Zoom video?
Oh, it's D-slur. It's D-slur heaven.
Yeah, dude.
How are those DSLRs, dude? Those DSLs.
Yeah, but it's D.
You like those DSLs, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Them DSL, especially with the R edition.
Yeah. When they introduced the R, it was like...
You got the R edition?
Yeah, she got DSL, right?
Yeah, totally. It's like, no, we got DSL R. What?
So, hey, man,
yeah.
Thank you for doing this, man. It's an honor. And, I got to ask, when you introduce yourself or someone's going to give you a title, like, are we going with comedian first? What's leading the charge?
I could say like improviser, or say comedic improviser. Comedic improviser. That's probably good.
Comedic improviser. We're not even going to include music in the title.
Yeah, well, it's like comedic could still be music. I don't know. I've been trying to work on it, but musician, comedic improviser. I don't know if you want to do that. That's fine too.
Are you trying to get away from the music, or are you feeling typecast?
Fuck music. No, no, no. Fuck the music. No, I love music. No, I'm always going to be, music's always kind of like the first, but I don't know. I've been trying to come up with, in general, I call myself an improviser, just in general, because like whatever it is, technology, that kind of stuff. So that's what I've been working on. So I'm trying to figure out how to explain yourself in 3 words or less.
What was the original pursuit? Was it music or was it comedy? And then one kind of fed into the other.
Yeah, now let me just say that's a creepy question because he knows the answer. He's been stalking you like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got a regular Walter Cronkite.
He was born in Germany, raised in
So like the original pursuit. The original pursuit was the DSLs.
Okay, let me rephrase the question then. So I know you originally pursued music. You went to college for music. When did comedy sort of like, because now you're known for comedy and like that, anyway, when did those worlds meld for you?
So when you were a child, was music your therapist?
Yeah. Well, music was just around me and I had so much, I was so in love with Disney. No, I mean, it's weird. It's a weird question because, I get it once in a while, and every time I think about it, I'm like, was it music? But I kind of think of it as, formally, I studied music formally first, piano lessons.
Specifically jazz, right?
And I studied classical piano at age 5 till 16, and then I also played violin in the school system for 8 years as well, and was in choir and had a band in high school. So I've done music all my life, but I always was a class clown. I loved comedy. I did, put on my own play in elementary school, and did like, debate, which is kind of, there's some comedic elements to it. And then in high school, I did competitive drama and did stand-up comedy. So in a way, I've kind of done both all my life.
Nice, man. And you've got accents pretty dialed, huh? Like, I saw you on Conan O'Brien, and you're a British guy. I'm like,
oh yeah.
But then he's not a British guy. How many accents can you really fucking do?
Well, I don't really know, because I kind of just feel it. But but for sure, like English, I'd say like
okay, hit us with it, but please answer the rest of the question as a British guy.
Yeah. I mean, when I'm talking like this, it's like it's a very similar type of way of speaking in the way that I've heard programs growing up or whatever. And then sometimes I'll change my voice like this, and this always kind of creates a different kind of patina to the audio that you're hearing into your ears right now.
That sounds pretty high class.
Like this,
Can
it's
we
just
get into
like me watching
that
too much TV.
dirty Cockney shit?
Yeah, it's like, when you talk like this and everyone's staring at you, and all they see is about your mates just walking around, just having a pint. It's like, even that's about 80% there. But sometimes it's more like tuning a radio dial for me. Like I'll hit it, and then suddenly I'm like, oh, that's it. Like leave it there, don't touch the dial. Like I can like ride that accent for a while.
Paul, I don't know where the fuck you were on the applause on that one, but for God's sakes, the crowd goes wild. Dude, I was stoked on that, man. You're a regular old fucking Swiss Army knife when it comes to this shit, dude. Like, what you got any cartoon voiceover work in your resume?
In my resume? Yeah. I don't know why they call it a resume. Can I see your resume? It's like, what was it, pause? No, yeah, I mean, I've done a bunch of voices. I'm in the new Squareface Sponge Person movie. And I'm also in, what is it called? Puss in Boots 2. I play the insecurity of Puss. And then, I'm there's a cartoon called Wildlife that I'm in. There's another one that is about to come out. Yeah, I don't know. This year has actually been a lot of voiceover stuff. So I've done probably 6 animated things this year.
That's great.
But I love it.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
And now I wonder too, when you say this year, 2020, of course, is cartoon voiceover a more like COVID friendly art? I mean, I guess has that been in production the whole time?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of, some of these things I was doing before COVID happened, but in fact, a couple of them, I had one session in an actual studio with the writers and the producers and stuff like that, and then COVID hit, and so then it turned into just pure Skype town or Zoom or whatever the hell. And so so yes and no. It definitely got amplified because people were looking for people that were flexible, that could do things on the fly really easily, and I was just kind of a person that's I always loved tech anyway, so I was already wired for that stuff even before the pandemic hit. So
yeah,
it was a kind of no-brainer.
Yeah, I think that you should take improv out of your title and just be like, I'm on the fly, comedy on the fly.
On the fly.
Yeah.
I'm on the fly, and that's just my business card is just me on a fly.
Yeah. I'm an OTF comedian.
That's the name of my podcast, man. OTF.
Yeah, dude. I love it. Do you have a podcast?
I'm so allergic to how many of my friends have podcasts at this point. It's just my, cats have podcasts. I think I'll get there. I have my own app called WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And it's got live streaming capability, and I got the guy who created the app is making me a friendlier interface. So basically I have my own app on my phone to be able to post stuff to my app. Because right now it's really convoluted. You have to go to a mobile website, and then I have to click all these things. It sucks. So
Wait,
once that gets
did we
rolling,
just plug
I
our
think
own app and then shit all over it?
What's that?
Did we just plug our own app and then shit all over it?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Please, that's what this show is about, right?
Well, no, it's not at all. Where's the app at now? You said before it was a web thing, and now you've got it all tightened up and it's in good shape. And how do people get it?
Yeah, it's on iOS and Android. You just look for WhatsApp by Reggie Watts, or I think even if you type in Reggie Watts, because I guess it takes a while for it to like show up. Like if you just put WhatsApp for it to show up, because it needs like time and people searching for it. But in the meantime, yeah, just look for Reggie Watts WhatsApp. It's my last name and app. And yeah, it'll pop up. It's on Android, iOS, and I'm uploading stuff. I sell all my old electronics, like because I'm constantly buying new technology, so I need to get rid of it. So,
Nice.
so I'm always like giving away, basically giving away technology, like half price for a brand new set of like Bose 700s or whatever. But
it's like
so it's kind of
What is it?
It's like an audio video Depop shop.
Yeah, it's like a back pages.
yeah.
You show up
Yeah.
naked.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I think I can show you real quick.
Do people have
See
to
if I can-
subscribe?
Did you just swipe up with your nose?
Yeah. There you go. Oh, here it is.
That works?
Boom. Yeah, so this is it. There's you guys too.
Yeah, we're
Whoa.
seeing our reflection. Hey, all right.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So then, if you go to the shop, I don't know if I'll be able to press it.
You are good at technology.
Come on.
I mean, this guy's the fucking
Oh, yeah.
one-man marching band, dude.
Yeah. So I do all this shit. Yeah. So it's cool. It's like a really basic app, and it rocks, man. It's I'm gonna have live streaming, and I can like do geolocation shit. Meaning I can, if I came up with a single or something and I wanted to release it, but you had to stand by a specific tree in order to listen to it. I can do that. So you have to travel somewhere to hear media. So that's pretty rad. So yeah, I've been, it's been fun, but I can do live streaming. And so that, to answer your question about podcasts, I think it'll just be my app, and then
Right.
it won't necessarily be a podcast. It'll just be part of my app.
I love it. And I was, for the longest time, exactly in your boat. I was just like, I can't, everybody and their mom has a podcast. I can't do it. And then it just seemed to always be there as something that I was neglecting, that I really needed to come around to. And I'm glad I did now. Get to meet cool people like you.
Yeah, man. I mean, I always have.
Oh, wait.
I have a blast. I love doing podcasts. All my, when my friends have podcasts, it's just a blast. Because you're just getting to chill and hang out, and it's fun. People love hearing, especially nowadays. They just like hearing a conversation. So, now's the time anyway. So,
I mean, it's crazy.
good
People seem
timing.
to have either no fucking attention span at all. Like, you got to get to them in the first, like, fucking 5 seconds, and then they click away, or their attention span is just endless. They're like, fuck, man, 3 hours wasn't enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird? Like, I posted something recently where I got really stoned one night on an edible and just started walking around my house. Just at first, it was like a demonstration of a new COVID hood that I got. This thing called BioVisor, which is just ridiculous, and it's got all these motors and stuff. And I was like showing that off, and then I showed my other collection of masks that I've been collecting or whatever. And then it just devolved into this whole thing about like why I like this and why I like that, and check this out and blah 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 for like an hour. And yeah, it was like an hour and 40 minutes or something like that. And I can't believe how many people, I put it up on my stories for a while, and I can't believe how many people watched it. It was just like, I was like, that's such a long period of time.
Right.
But I guess people are into it,
Yeah.
What city are you in right now? Are you in New York?
I got to say, I was actually surprised by Reggie's location, and I think you're going to be surprised by mine, because I happen to be in a place called Going Hard. So hard, like a super athlete, that I'm actually training for a bicycle ride from Los Angeles all the way to San Diego, and that is quite a bit over 100 miles. And when you're an athlete at my level, you got to watch out for a common problem among athletes, which is overhydrating. Yeah, completely true that a lot of athletes drink so much water that it reduces their electrolytes and sodium to dangerously low levels. And not only do I have the solution for you, it happens to be the most generous deal any sponsor has ever offered the Wild Ride listeners. It comes from a company called Element. It's my favorite new fitness assistance sponsor. Okay, they make these packets which you mix with water and they keep your electrolytes and your sodium at perfectly good levels for athletes like me. Okay, and they are generously offering you a completely free sample pack. All you have to pay is for the shipping, and that's only $5. So what do you get in this completely free sample pack? You get 8 free packets. 2 of them are orange, 2 of them are citrus, 2 of them are raspberry, and 2 of them are raw unflavored. Okay, so to get this completely generous, totally free sample pack, you go to drinkelement.com/Stevo. That is DRINKLMNT.com/Stevo. And remember, this is not available on the regular website. It's only for the special listeners of the Wild Ride podcast. So use that /Stevo. Okay, and the offer is only good for the Wild Ride listeners in the month of January 2021. I love Element. I think you're going to love them too. So get on over to drinkelement.com/Stevo for this awesome deal and do it now. Okay, support the podcast. But first, find out where Reggie is.
I'm in Great Falls, Montana.
Holy shit, my buddy Ryan Simonetti's from there.
Nice.
Oh my God, I know Simonetti.
Do
I
you
know
really?
Tim Green and
Rad.
yeah, all those cats. In fact,
Oh shit!
Wow.
do you know Kojak?
Do you know Dem?
Oh damn!
He's a
No, I don't know
fucking
Dem.
Yeah, I don't know. He's probably in jail.
Oh man, so many of those cats.
I'm kidding.
So many of those.
Allegedly.
Cats.
You really
No,
know?
no.
Yeah, but you know Simonetti?
Yeah, I've met him. He's Ryan was he was friends with all my skater crew.
Yeah.
I grew up in the '80s in Great Falls, and so a lot of my friends were skaters, and
Yeah.
the Green, like Tim Green, and his family, and then I don't know if you probably don't know JJ Thomas, but JJ Thomas was he never really like rode pro or anything like that, but he was like really connected with the Montana skate scene, and
Cool.
and Simonetti came into town, and him and then Tim Green created the skate park here, and or helped create the skate park here in Great Falls. So yeah, so I know a lot of those guys, and even Tony Hawk knew Simonetti and Tim Green, which was just crazy to me. I was like, the skater scene is so small, man. It's great.
Simonetti and I did, Ryan Simonetti and I met in 1996. And I was kind of a skater, wasn't that great at it, but I was I'll set myself on fire and jump off roofs and drink bong water. And Ryan was really fucking talented at skateboarding. So everything that I wished I could do, he could do. And I kept coming up with all these ideas okay, well, you'll skate through a fireball while you're going down a handrail. And it was just so rad.
Yeah.
And then we ended up on Lollapalooza tour, and we had this rock and roll tour bus, and I rented a second tour bus. So they were driving in a caravan, one and the back one's towing a U-Haul trailer. And so Simonetti on moving tour buses, boom, ollie from bus to bus, boom, down to the U-Haul, just so rad, man. Every little fucking dumb creative idea I would come up with, he was just capable of pulling, and we had more fun than ever, dude. It was just one of my best friends for life, dude.
Oh man, that's so rad. Yeah, that whole crew, at least for me, the most time I hung out was, sometimes I come back to Great Falls and I'd run into people, but in the '80s, especially when skateboarding was just starting to come into the mainstream, it's everyone was reading Trans World and shit, and it was and having their little fingerboards.
Yeah.
That whole cultural thing. I'm so glad I got to be there at that time, at that age, and then see how those guys branched out, and started kicking ass. it's pretty cool, man.
Dude,
Cool
big
crew.
time, man.
So do you live in Great Falls now, or are you just visiting?
No, I visit my mom once a month. She lives out here by herself, but in the house I grew up in. So so I come out and say yo, and still have some friends out here. And sometimes I see Tim Green out here as well. But yeah, it's like every month. So I kind of live out here, you know.
Is that your old bedroom that you used to sleep in?
Yeah, man. Check
it
out. It hasn't changed since 1989. I mean, there's a couple of new things, but here's some drawings I made in high school.
Nice, dude.
Yep. That's not mine. This is another one that I made. Let's see.
Dude.
If you get the glare.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Dope.
My
Another
gratitude
one.
journal.
Yeah.
This morning, my gratitude journal app gave me a quote. It said, "Every child is an artist.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is
Oh.
staying that way when you grow up." And the quote was Pablo Picasso. And
Oh shit.
yeah, I think. Do you think that you've managed to stay an artist?
Yeah. You know, I mean, my thing is like, you know, growing up, I was like, well, I'm probably not going to have kids because I feel like such a big kid and I'm only child and I feel kind of selfish, you know, in that way. But so I've always just had like a, you know, I it's like a Peter Pan complex or something like that, you know, like I'm like, I'm always going to be a kid. You know, kids are whatever.
Oh,
And,
dude, I was
so-
getting ready to ask for more accents, dude. What was that one, dude?
Well, I don't know what that one is. I think that's just a general, you know,
It's like
someone
a
who
kid with a
studies
stuffy
lot.
nose.
There's a guy, yeah, he's either a guy who's stuffy nose or it's just the way he grew up speaking. You know, it's like this way he has a deviated septum. No,
He's a scientist.
no, but all my favorite artists, they're all still kids at heart. You know, I mean, you have to have that, otherwise. I mean, that's the other thing, like that whole idea of like being a kid at heart. It's not like an extra thing, you know what I mean? It's like, and it's not even like just for kids. It's just like always having curiosity about the world around you. That's not really, it's just a human thing. And I think like adults are always like, well, you've got a childlike curiosity. It's like, well, I mean, everybody should always be curious. Most human beings are curious. I mean, you look at hidden prank shows and stuff where people pulling tricks, people turn into kids like instantaneously. You know, it's not like an extra thing that you had to work at holding on to or something.
It's so funny, man. You've got me questioning whether I've ever even been an artist.
Oh god.
I'm just an attention. I'm just an attention whore, dude. It's not even
No,
about like.
dude.
Well, I'm certainly not curious. It's not like
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
but-
I think what you guys did and what you did especially is definitely art, because what it does is I mean, like for you and Simonetti, for instance, what a great partnership. You're coming up with crazy shit that you couldn't quite pull off
You're
yourself,
right.
but you're suggesting
you're
it, and then he's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, you're creating videos. You come up with skate tricks. I mean, that's all artists.
Right.
you
Yeah,
know?
like you reject the shackles of adulthood that like society puts on other people. Like you don't.
Yep.
you're making-
dude, where's the
fuck
sample
did
for
you just
that,
say,
dog?
you reject the shackles.
God damn
Duct
it, Paul.
tape. You duct taped yourself to a bill. It's like
So that people would look at me because I'm an attention whore.
no, it's,
Yeah, but that's
it's aggressive marketing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
You're a marketer.
Yeah, it's just like you're just like you could do this. I mean, that's basically it. It's like, hey guys, you could do this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I could. I don't know if I would, but I'm glad you're doing it.
Yeah, you have to market the art somehow, right? So
Right.
you're both. You're two
Right.
departments in one.
Yeah,
Well, thank you, man. Thank you.
that's true.
So how does one ask this? Like,
Just pull the trigger.
are you pretty wealthy? You know, we get. Was that rude? Because I just wanted to know, and we are going to find out. But first, let me tell you about this problem that I have. I'm going on a road trip in the RV. And I love road trips, but I've gotten to a point where I can't stand leaving the house because I know that means I might have to poop without my Hello Tushy bidet. It's attached to every toilet in my house. I love it. It is my favorite product that I have ever promoted on the Wild Ride podcast. And if you haven't tried it yet, you're out of your mind. It's so simple to get it on your toilet. The way that it works, after you poop, you just twist the dial and it'll just blast your butthole, and just, it's like pressure cleaning it. It gets so clean. It's so satisfying. I genuinely love it so much. And when I'm on the road, the closest I can get to that is wet wipes. You got to try it. So go to hellotushy.com/Stevo. I'm telling you, it is the greatest. hellotushy.com/Stevo, and you get 10% off your order plus free shipping. This is the most important thing you can do for your butthole. I'm telling you, it may be the most important thing you can do, period. So go get yourself a Hello Tushy. And now let's talk about money.
I've never got outside where that's awesome. Are you pretty well?
Yeah, what's pretty wealthy?
Well,
What is wealthy?
Here's the thing, right? As we've discussed with all kinds of different personalities on the podcast, I really get the sense that there are a lot of people just making way fucking more money than I am, and I feel like I'm working so hard all the time.
Well, let me ask you this.
so I'm trying to just get a sense, like, how hard do you feel like,
Steve,
you know?
Steve, are you pretty wealthy?
I mean, I think I'm doing pretty well for myself, you know. But I think that I do a lot of the same shit as some really wealthy people, and I'm nowhere fucking near them. You know,
Well,
like we were talking to.
Well, you're not an artist, so.
I mean, it's not about the money, but you know, still, I like to ask people your
bank statements.
No, your top 3 revenue streams.
I'll be right back.
Top 3 revenue streams. How about that? We don't need any numbers, but where
revenue streams. Well, I mean, I got the Late Show, which is like my constant paycheck, and they pay pretty well. I mean, you know, every year it kind of like goes up a little bit. So that's good. That's like my baseline, and then I have like, and I kind of like think of it as anything else on top of that is like extra. So I think of that as like the spending money. And because I don't have a family, I don't have a kid or anything like that. It's just me. So I don't have any overhead. So, you know, so that's one. That's the main one. Then the second one would be like, you know, gigs, like live stuff, like when live stuff used to happen. And so I'd tour, I'd do live gigs. And then another one would be like
Square Bob's
commercial opportunity.
Sponge face.
What's that? What's that?
Square Bob's sponge face.
Yeah, square face. Yeah, sponge foot. Yeah, you know, like, and those kind of gigs. So like, you know, voiceover or a commercial thing, like, you know, Firefox or Keurig or something like that. Something that
Keurig.
Yeah, I did a Keurig commercial with James Corden, which is pretty fun.
Nice.
But a lot of that stuff comes out of the blue. It's like, it's even in this time, you know, where I was like, I'm going to go see my mom, and, you know, and I'm not flying commercial yet. So I have a deal with a charter company, and it's pricey to fly private, but it's also just safer. And because I go so often, and, you know, sometimes my money managers are like, dude, what are you doing? And I'm just like, well, it's my mom. And secondly,
it's my mom.
You know, yeah, it's my mom. Yeah. So, you know, so there's that. But then, like, weirdly, I'll just get a gig out of the blue. They'll be like, here's a gig for a very large chunk of money that requires, you know, an hour of your time. And I'll be like, this is just crazy. It's like the universe is going like, no, you need to see your mom. We'll make sure you keep getting some cash in there. And so, you know, those are my kind of three revenue streams that I could think of.
Yeah, and it's pretty rad, man. Like, you know, some of these people I'm talking about, you know, not to even like mention anybody, but I feel like there's a level of celebrity where like life becomes kind of just a pain in the ass, you know, like people are after you, like you get scandals of you. And I think that, you know, I'm getting by, and I'm like not big enough of a deal that anybody really gives a shit if I say something fucked up. You know, like I don't have like paparazzi or any weird shit like that. I kind of go through life like without too much hassle. but I'm getting by. So I kind of like the level where I'm at.
Yeah, I hear you 100%, and you're in a really good spot, because the thing is, you've set the bar, like, of how outrageous and crazy you've done. Like, the range is so huge that like, whatever you're gonna say or whatever you're gonna do, aside from like killing somebody, but you know what I mean, like anything that you'd say that's kind of outrageous, like people are gonna be like, oh, okay, that's cool. So in a way, you're very free, because you started free, so you're gonna always be free, and that's kind of like my thing too.
Well, I feel like you did that in the past. Like, you've already had those ups and downs, and now when like paparazzi sees you or people, they're like stoked to see you. They're like, dude, Steve, what's up? Like,
well, cool.
Yes.
I think that's the take I get, like being around you. It's like people are stoked. I'm sure back in the day it was kind of more of a shit show, and like.
Right, but I didn't give a shit, I think that we've learned, like, time and time again, that there actually is very much such a thing as bad publicity. They say all publicity is good publicity. That's not true. That's not true at all. But I've been fortunate that, like, for me, like, getting arrested has always been, like, pretty good for me.
That's pretty good, man. I mean,
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, that's like the thing that most people would be terrified of, and the fact that you're like, I've been arrested.
Cha-ching.
I know.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Have you ever been arrested?
I was arrested once. Yeah, for I think it was at the only time. I think the only time I can remember, but yeah, for shoplifting.
Oh, nice.
We're in Montana.
No, in Seattle, actually.
Last week.
I stole some vegan chili.
Mm.
No,
Wow.
some vegan chili and an essential sandwich, which is like a pita wrap company that makes sandwiches. And yeah, I got busted and thrown in the back of the car, and yeah, it was crazy. But I worked it off my record for doing community service at my local arts college, and they just let me off pretty lightly. 47. No, I was probably 26.
That's a little too
26.
old to be doing that.
Or no, yeah, 26. Yeah, or actually, no, I was probably 25, because I'd just gotten into Cornish College of the Arts.
Are you still working out a lot? I saw some shit on you, and like, you're pretty fucking jacked.
Yeah, I have been. I still work out about 3 to 4 times a week with a private one-on-one session with my trainer, and it's good. But COVID, I grew up like yo-yoing weight-wise, and COVID, I definitely there's something going on here where I'm like, I know I shouldn't, but I guess it's Postmates time again, so I've definitely put on some pounds, but at least I still keep working out. So I feel like cardiovascularly, I'm pretty good and still have strength and things like that, but I'm just like not happy about
Paul,
the weight.
Get ready with that sample. You put on the COVID-19.
Yeah, and then cue Steely Dan.
Hey, 19.
So you were born in Germany. I was born in England.
Oh shit!
Right. So how many passports do you have?
I wish I had more than one, man. My parents never got savvy enough to. My mother's French, from France, and I don't know why she never worked to get me a French passport. But
I think that's,
I just have the one.
You already have French because it's a EU. Basically, the United States of Europe. So you're good on Europe. But were your parents not born in other countries?
My mother was born in France, and in northern France, and was there until she moved away with my dad when she was 30 or something.
Where was your dad born?
My dad's from Cleveland, Ohio.
Well, there you go. So you're American.
I'm American. But the funny thing was, I was born in Stuttgart, home of Porsche. Woohoo! And I was born in Stuttgart, and then we moved around Europe because my dad was in the Air Force. And I didn't have citizenship. So I was a non-citizen until age 5, which I thought was pretty cool.
Then you naturalize.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
where's the U.S. passport?
What's that?
That's the one he has. You have one passport, which
Germany?
is the US.
I only have one. I only have one.
Which is what?
U.S.
Oh, well, that's fucking bullshit, dude. You totally are entitled to a German passport and a French passport.
I would love it. I think if I spent time in Germany, I could get it.
I got three fucking passports because I was born in England. My mom was born in Canada. And my dad was born in the States. So
Damn, you're
triple
so
national.
Stoked. You can pull out like the Canadian passport when you want people to just be like, he's a good guy. And then you can do English if you're just like, listen, man, I've got some serious business to do. And then the American's just like, hey, man, I'm American. So
three
different attitudes.
Yeah. Can we hear a couple?
You will let me into this country right now. Here's my British passport. I'm sorry. Sorry. Just let me in.
Yeah.
What do the Canadians sound like?
Oh, it's like depends on when you're wearing your toque or not. Want some loonies?
The toonies and the loonies. I love
Toonies and loonies, man.
So when the world is actually spinning and shit like that, and there is live touring, like what does Reggie Watts tour look like?
In the past, it hasn't. The word tour brings so many images to mind, but really for me, it's been like
just gigs.
In recent years, I had a tour manager, but it was just me going solo.
Yeah.
Everywhere I'd go, I was just me and my backpack and my rollaway, and that was it. That was my whole touring apparatus. But then I started adding a sound engineer / tour manager, which really made things a lot better. But I do dream of doing a tour, like a proper bus tour in the US at some point, and just make it super rock and roll, just have friends join in, they can fly in, fly out, whatever, different dates and stuff, and just have a really good time and invite some amazing artists and just do, and spend a few days in each city as opposed to just hitting city after city, because this would just be for fun. Because I've always wanted to do we're on the road, guys.
Oh my God. We love it.
Come on, look at us.
Fucking love it. Dude.
Have you been to every state in the United States?
I was thinking about that the other day. I think I have been to every state except for, no, I went to Alaska. Yeah, Alaska, Hawaii. I'm trying to think of a state that I might not. I might have driven through Nebraska, but I don't know if I've been to Nebraska. I know definitely Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota for sure. Just trying to think of the weird.
I think I'm missing the Dakotas, dude.
I'm missing the Dakotas, Montana, man. And Alaska, and Maine.
Those are the ones you haven't been to?
Yeah.
Montana's the shit, man.
I've been to Montana.
Really,
yeah, I want to do that. I want to see what's in South Dakota too. The where all the presidents are up on the wall.
Oh, Mount Rushmore. I saw it. It's anticlimactic. It's so small. It's way smaller than you think.
You're 100% right about that. I remember seeing it and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit.
Kind of. I mean, it's this
we almost drove there, dude.
I know,
It was a letdown kind of for me, just because it's so small. I was like, all right.
So we should fly there, get a private charter just to fly as close to it. I think we can do that. We're trying to work on that from Sioux Falls.
Yeah, let's see how the charters, the private jets work for Reggie.
What's up with the private jet company, dude?
Man, I feel. I don't feel the greatest about taking private jets just because environmentally they're kind of a disaster. But I do take small jets, so they're very small jets, and they do have a smaller footprint, more efficient. But I'm like a super futurist. I want everybody to I don't want anybody to change their lifestyle. I just want to change the energy source. You know what I mean? It's if you want to own a ridiculous SUV, which I fucking can't stand the SUVs, but if you wanted to own one of those, at least if it was hydrogen powered or electric, I'd feel better about it. But there are hydrogen planes coming out to market soon. Hydrogen powered.
We just got fucking hella called out for the RV, dude.
No, but RV's different. That's not an SUV.
I got a Tesla, dude, so I don't have any carbon footprint.
My car is a Chevy Volt.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
I'm getting a Porsche Taycan, so that's an electric car.
Have you seen those? Have you seen the tunnels that Virgin is building? That underground. Bro, unbelievable.
Yeah. It's sick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, theoretical speeds up to 600, 700 miles per hour.
Dude, like, and then Tesla has one, or Elon Musk has one from like LA to Vegas. It takes you there like in 45 minutes.
So it's like a train?
Yeah, and like you sit down like you would. Like, how do you explain that? Like you're in a a nice chairlift, right? There's like, or like, when we fly
like
American and we're in first and there's only like 4 seats in the front. It kind of looks like that, and then it just goes underground, just right to it.
Yeah, it's a magnetically levitated car essentially, and then the design. It just depends on how big the tunnel is, but yeah, you're in that. And then it's a vacuum.
The drive-through bank deposit where they fucking...
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's the same thing because it's a vacuum. So it's like, because it has like, there is no air resistance, that's why they can get those speeds. It's crazy. So they can get 700 miles per hour because there's no wind resistance at all.
Can you get stuck in there? Because I would fucking cry. I'm so
I know.
claustrophobic.
That would kind of suck. I would, as long as I had air, I'd be okay. I'd just chill, But I mean, that between that and the, there's a bunch of supersonic passenger planes that are being developed right now by Boom and a couple others. So we're gonna have supersonic flight again.
What is quieter, supersonic? Past 700?
No, that's like Mach 2, 2.5. Right now passenger planes you're flying at about
500.
I guess
600?
500. Yeah, 500 miles per hour on
fucking
a
Reggie Watts,
airline.
dude. Fucking OTF scientist.
Oh man, I love this shit. I just dream of living in the future.
How fast is supersonic?
Supersonic's just over Mach.
And that's
it's Mach. Yeah, because it's a sound barrier. Anything that's
faster
breaks
than
the sound barrier.
Which is how many miles per hour?
Like the fucking Russian MiG fighter jet that I was in.
Yeah, but that was faster than sound?
Yeah.
How many miles per hour is that?
So supersonic. Yeah, it's faster than sound. Yeah, I don't know what
dude. No way. Supersonic means faster than sound.
Hey Siri, how fast is the sound barrier?
800.
From Wikipedia.org. Thrust SSE holds the world land speed record.
Oh yeah.
Set on October 15, 1997.
Oh, 763 miles per hour?
63?
Well, that can't be right. This is a better record. So that.
I wish Sonics was that fast.
Oh my god! Yeah, great.
God damn it!
You're so good. You're doing so good.
I wish the service at Sonics was that fast.
If I can get my burgers even faster.
That's fucking hilarious, dude. Yeah, well, before that, I was thinking, because, being stuck in one of those fucking things would be miserable, but I was stuck in an elevator dangling above the Sirius building, thanks to Steve, like 64 floors up.
I learned this trick in I learned this trick in college. When the elevator's closing, right, you get your fingers in there, right, when it closes in the middle, and then you let it go up, and in between floors, you pull it open, and you stop the elevator right in between floors, and you can pee down the elevator shaft and stuff like that.
Oh, that's how you do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we were at the Sirius XM building, and I was like, videotaping. There's a bunch of people in the elevator. And I was like, oh, check it out, dudes. And I fucking stopped the elevator, but it wouldn't fucking go again. So
we're just dangling.
They had like, did fire people come?
Everybody came, dude.
Like, the motherfuckers were trapped. They were just trying to go on their lunch break. They're like, oh, I'm going to be back in 15 minutes. And I was such a dick,
we made it right. Like, we found out who they were. We sent them some gift cards and some lunch or whatever.
Yeah.
But were people real pissed, or were they like yelling at you?
Nobody said anything to that effect. But I mean, come on, dude. It was like...
Yeah, we were in there with somebody and they were just freaking out like, fuck, dude. And I was kind of like thinking like, dude, bro, we're just dangling like 64 stories up. Like, it's just my biggest fear, dude, ever.
Yeah, I really, my trick backfired on me.
Well, but that's back to what we were saying, like the expectation of Steve. Oh, yeah, you're an artist. That was your art. if Matt Damon did that, everyone might be like, wow, fuck Matt Damon. But it was like, oh, Steve-O did that. Like, if he would,
like,
that's his thing.
That's to be expected.
Yeah, exactly. That's Steve-O being Steve-O.
Yeah, but
just breaking systems.
Have you yet to paint your masterpiece?
Do I have yet to paint my masterpiece? I don't know, dude. I got some coming up that I'm that
are pretty masterful.
Little fucking that can be really bad.
What about you, Reggie? You think you painted your masterpiece yet?
painted my masterpiece. No, not yet. No.
You have
But
something in mind?
Yeah, I think that there's some things that I think people are gonna really dig in the future if I can pull it together. But I think it's gonna happen. Yeah.
Nice, man.
That's
Fucking
cool.
right on. And once again, because we have the Watts app. It's WATTSAPP.
Yeah.
WhatsApp, which is it's a play on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of a pun.
Yeah.
It's encrypted messages from all over the world.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it was pretty funny because I was just thinking like WhatsApp. I wasn't really thinking about WhatsApp. I was just thinking like, oh, what can I call my app? And I was like, oh yeah, WhatsApp. That's so funny. It's so stupid.
Yeah, dude, I like it, man. How long have you had that?
Probably. Geez, maybe like at least like 9 months or something like that.
Okay, good. So get on there, man. Get on the WhatsApp.
So you making a fuckload of money on there or what?
Oh man, you have no idea. No, I'm not. It's free. It's a free app. There's no registering anything. There's no. I'm not tracking shit.
He's swimming in money over there.
He's sitting here fucking kicking it in the replica of his room at the fucking Reggie Watts Museum, dude. Fucking,
yeah,
dude.
It's true. It is the Reggie Watts Museum. Yeah. I wish. No, it's mostly the app is just more for fans that just want to have fun, and I can put dumb shit on there, and I don't have to like look at stupid IG all the time. It's like I just so over the. I mean, I'll keep using it, but it's just IG and fucking Facebook and all those companies. I mean, they're trying their best, you know. I mean, you know, Facebook. The thing I have to remember about companies that I don't like because of aesthetic reasons or because they're just not using their potential very well is that it's a lot of people. So it's people. So I can't really be fully against it, but. Because I definitely met some great people from Facebook for sure, but you know, I just don't like the people who head it. You know, it's like you know, it's like such a bummer to me. So for me, I was like, well, if I create an app, at least I can control the aesthetics. It won't look like a piece of shit, and you know, and people can go on it and know that all it is what you're seeing. There's no social shit.
Plus, like you can structure it to really pull more data from them too.
Oh yeah, no, I want to get like bank account number, social security. Yeah. I want to be better than Facebook.
Right on, man.
Yeah, fuck you, Facebook. I'm do it better than you guys.
He's just mining our data right now as we speak.
Yeah.
He's reverse hacked us.
Yeah.
That's why our Zoom's not working is because you reverse hacked us with your nose on your thing. Like,
I did. I didn't want to give away all my secrets, but
it's weird. You guys should probably pull the plug. It's not working. All of a sudden, it's blacked out, and you just hacked into our whole shit.
Yeah,
I know. There's nothing Han Solo can do.
Dude, do we have other than the WhatsApp? Do we have anything else that we want to plug and promote? Or we're selling merch through the app. Like, do you have a website with an online store?
It's I mean, through the app, there's a store. You just hit the store button, and you can buy whatever it is on there, and my assistant Jamie will send it to you.
Nice.
That's kind of it so far. I don't have any merch yet, but I'm working on it. It's basically, it's kind of like it's sitting there, and there's like stuff posted on it right now, but it's not like full force as of yet. Once I get my little interface app finished in the spring, then I'll be able to do live streams like whenever, and you'll always get notification when I'm going live or whatever. So
right, because you ring that bell like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Subscribe, guys. If you're interested, click up here and subscribe,
smash that
or click the link
button
down below. Yeah, just smash it, destroy that button, and buy a new.
Yeah, dude. Well, right on, brother, man. It's been a real treat, dude. And I'd love to point everybody to Reggie Watts on YouTube so you can see this incredible musical improvisation, dude. Your singing voice is incredible. Your fucking all the samples, putting it all together as the one-man band. It's like a really fucking impressive art that you perform, man.
Oh man, I appreciate that very much. I love it, and I'm a big fan of yours as well, man. Just really groovy, just the right spirit.
Well,
That's what we
thanks,
need.
man. I appreciate that, dude. You know, like, I don't ever like to bump you. I don't ever try to bum anybody out, you know? Like, I don't want anybody to expect to get stuck in an elevator because I'm an
I
asshole.
feel bad. I'm sorry to bring it up,
Nah,
dude.
no, it's all good, dude. Don't even worry about it.
No, that's just important. Those people have a great story to tell.
I think
Yeah,
that,
they do.
someone did, I think.
There's a video on
intimate
YouTube
that.
somewhere of it.
Yeah, but dude, we put the video on YouTube. I'm sure
we?
it's in one of our vlogs.
Oh yeah.
Fucking shithead
Oh yeah,
stuff.
we did that.
Shithead traps a bunch of people in an elevator, but what are you gonna do?
That was your masterpiece, dude.
it was one of them.
Yes.
Well, right on, brother. We'll let you get back to your day, and I just want to say thank you again for just doing this with us, man. It's really cool.
Oh man, absolutely. And thanks for introducing me to Mr. Brisk.
Hey.
Brisky business.
Was that not like the most flowing, casual, fun, and enjoyable conversation? It was, wasn't it? Yeah. Reggie Watts, man, you know what to do. Grab a screenshot and blast it out there. Tag him, let him know that you enjoyed it. I'm just a huge fan of his now. And you know what I'm not a fan of? Is leaving to go on a road trip knowing that I can't blast my butthole with my Hello Tushy bidet. I'm serious about that. I mean, dude. But I do love road trips and I gotta go. So thanks for watching.